Arteta first 3 games. This is a serious video game. You see, I went into the first game that Arsenal played versus Bournemouth thinking that Arteta is going to be so similar to KLOPP that everything he does is exactly the same. Was I wrong? Is he more similar to someone else? Guys, that's what you're here. The first 3 games of Mikel Arteta Arsenal managerial career. Is he similar to KLOPP? Is he similar to PEP? Is he a mixture of both? That's for you to decide. I give you the facts, you make up your mind. Let's go. So, the first game dominated that game, possession-wise. Bournemouth had 39% possession, Arsenal had 61. But that's not what I saw. The first thing you realize is that pressing. Before, you see most teams, not just Arsenal, or even the current Arsenal before Arteta took over, they press with no plan. That was the first time I seen Arsenal press or actual plan. The first thing they did, they never pressed on phase 1, so they waited for phase 2. You see, this is not PEP-like. PEP teams suffocate you. They don't give you option, they don't wait for you to come set a position, they know tactics of that press. All they care about getting the ball from you as fast as possible and dominating the ball. This is a more of a KLOPP approach where it's almost like a mind game. They set little traps for you, wait for you to come set in place, let you pass the ball in certain direction, and then they can initiate the press. These are more calculated press. This is more similar to a KLOPP team than it is for PEP team. But the second thing is the aggression. When Arsenal press, there was an intensity towards their press. Aggression, aggressiveness. You know, like they're fighting for every ball, like their life depends on it. This was different from all the Arsenal games I've watched this season. It was amazing. The third thing I realized from that game, I'm just going to, if they're similar or not, I'll give you the facts, you make up your mind. The third thing I realized from that game. 1, inverted fullback. Who does this? Man City. I've seen Walker doing this. I've seen Shinchenko doing this. This is a direct copy, a rip-off from a PEP team. Is he similar to PEP in that aspect? I'll say yes. What do you think? That's just the first game. Versus Chelsea. Different approach. Completely different approach. Give away possession. PEP team never ever surrounded possession. That's the biggest difference I've seen. What made me feel like maybe this guy is different from PEP. I don't know. You make up your mind. He gave away possession. Maybe because Chelsea was better than him possession-wise, or because he felt like trying to play toe-to-toe with Chelsea in terms of possession football, he might get dominated. But that's the thing. He is less arrogant than a PEP team will be. PEP team is one thing. They never surround a possession. If you hold the ball better than them, that's fair enough. You do because you're better than them. But their mindset at the start of the game is, we're going in this game to dominate. We'll win the ball back, we'll press, we'll attack, we'll hold the ball, we'll recycle, we'll do it again. And we'll beat you with football. Like, they'll literally dominate you. They will play you off the park and win games. That's how PEP team play. But the first thing he did was he gave away possession. That's something KLOPP would do. I saw that in the final versus Spurs, when they gave Spurs the ball and play more defensive. PEP team never play counter-attacking football. Like, they barely never do. Maybe once in his career, 1 or twice, but they always go for to be the most dominant team. They never give away possession. But KLOPP teams, sometimes they play defensive, sometimes they play on the counter, sometimes they play more offensive. You know, there's a mixture of everything. So I would say this is more of a KLOPP strategy than of a PEP strategy. But it's just my opinion. You make up your mind. What do you think? Is it PEP? Is it KLOPP? Anyway, we'll move forward. This one was very, very interesting. When they're defending, yeah, there was like 4-5-1. Uber and Nelson drop in the center. So they got 5 midfielders to outnumber you. That concept, I think that concept, KLOPP does this, but PEP is the master of it. Always trying to outnumber the opposition. Where you got more numbers than the opposition, there's more ways to recycle the ball, to pass the ball around, to move forward. I think that's more of a KLOPP, that more of a PEP style than the KLOPP style. Trying to outnumber the opposition. Yeah, the high press, first half. So the difference between Arsenal player when they're pressing or to keep in shape with like 10 to 15 meters, they will always stack together. That means the press can be on any time. You can also cover the ground to block any counter attack. They were always 10 to 15 meters apart. That's something, yeah, a Liverpool team would do. Why would I say this is more Liverpool than Pep? Because Liverpool compress the space, always in the center of the pitch, close everything up, and leave the wing for the wing backs. The left and the right back, there's always that space there, so they compress everything. So it's easy for them to press in there. That's why their press is so intense. Because the most important part of the pitch, they try to have more numbers there, so they can press you more in there, in the center of the pitch. So that would say that more similar to KLOPP than the Pep team. But what was really impressive about the game was Kolasin's role and Maitland-Niles' role. So what this guy did, what Arteta did brilliantly, was rip apart what Liverpool do best. Allow Maitland-Niles and Kolasinac to push way up the pitch, and then Xhaka go play almost like a left back. Terrera push into Saka position, and then Maitland-Niles jump in the center. So they got two wing backs, yeah, who's willing to cross the ball, something Robertson and Trent would do. Uber actually go within the pitch, make like almost like a three striker. So there was Aubameyang and there was Nelson. Both of them come really close together, playing next to Lacazette. So like three strikers, and you got a two wing back. And then Maitland-Niles will get in the pitch as an additional midfielder. And then Xhaka will play almost as a left back while Kolasinac push up. That's a combination of a Pep and KLOPP mixed together. Because a Pep team will send the right back or the left back as an inverted fullback, jump in the center to get the number advantage to stop counter attack. A KLOPP team will put everyone in the center and leave the space open for the left back and the wing back. So that was a brilliant tactical. It's almost like Arteta take the best bit from KLOPP and from Pep and then combine it together to make it his CV. There's no denying the setting aspect of his game like looks so much like a KLOPP team, and the setting aspect of his managerial career so far that looks so much like a Pep team. Okay, the third game. This one is interesting. Versus Man United, yeah. Same approach. Xhaka almost playing as a left back as well, with Kolasinac way up. But the difference this one is that it didn't wait to press at the second phase. But there was first phase where you press way at the keeper, second phase where you wait for them to come in the center. They press Man United in their half, way at the back from their keeper. They press way high up the pitch. At Chelsea, they wait for Chelsea to come in the middle to press. It's two different approaches. I would say this one is a combination of both. Pep team does this, KLOPP team does this. Sometimes they press high up the pitch, sometimes they wait for little traps. So, but if I had to pick one, I would be like, hey, this is more Pep, because Pep team never surrender. They always want to press you high up the pitch, they always want to win the ball back. I think that was pretty interesting, just seeing the way that developed. I think this got to do with confidence as well. The fact that Man United is not that good with the ball, it could be the reason why they decided to press them. Chelsea is so much more better with the ball, better at recycling, faster on the counter, got more skillful player. So maybe that's the reason why Arteta decided to press Man United high, and their defenders are not as confident with the ball as you have Chelsea defenders. So that could be the reason why. I don't know. You make up your own mind. I'm just throwing facts out there. You see, this game also proved something that Arteta is an admirer of both KLOPP and Pep, because this game Xhaka was literally in left back. A lot of time he was in left back. Kolasinac way up the pitch again. Maitland-Niles way up the pitch again. And it's different that you didn't find Uber, and Uber wasn't defending a lot. And Nelson, they wasn't doing a lot of defensive work compared to the other game against Chelsea. Against Chelsea, they were workhorses, so there was so much defending from both of them. This game wasn't defending that much. They were actually playing as an inside forward to give the space to the both wing back guys. This is what I learned from the first 3 games of Arteta career as an Arsenal manager. It's just brilliant to watch how he picked the best from 2 of the best managers in the world and tried to form his own system. This guy, if you give him time, I think he will be an amazing manager. The first thing I realized, what I still believe he's not that bad, is that he's not obsessed with possession. You saw that against Chelsea when he gave the ball away. Pep team never surround possession. If you're better than him, you have more ball than him, that's it, but they never do. So that's the first thing I see. The second thing is the inverted fullback. That's a Pep ripoff. So I feel like that makes him more similar to Pep in that aspect. The third thing was the wing backs, the way he used the wing back and Shaka dropping as left back to cover. That's a Klopp ripoff. So this aspect of both manager that he's implementing in his system. Who is the most similar then, guys? Lawrence Fontolo for FC, guys. Tell me, what do you think? Who is he most similar to? Pep or Klopp? That's it for me, guys.